We often forget how much unites all the members of humanity. Perhaps we need some outside universal threat to make us recognize this common bond. I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world. And yet, I ask you, is not an alien force already among us? What could be more alien to the universal aspirations of our peoples than war and the threat of war?
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to start off by giving all honor, glory, and praise to our Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Rachakudash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us His truth and who rule well. All right, peace and salutations to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. All right, which consists of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, as well as you Israelite foreigners scattered abroad. I'm the brother Shamaria, back with another lesson. Pretty much, it's going to be, the basis of this lesson. I want to get into 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter, all right, as well as go into a little, news as of recent, dealing with the United States Space Force, all right. And you got to ask yourself, like, why is there a Space Force, As of recent, okay, there's been a lot of reports and sightings of so-called UFOs, all right, and UAPs, okay, unidentified, what they call unidentified aerial phenomena, okay, unidentified flying objects, which we're able to identify, okay, as the chariots of Yahawashi, all right, the chariots of Israel, man, okay. And this is coming from the Space Force official website of the United States government. All right, it's a little history going into the Space Force, man. All right, so it says USSF, United States Space Force history. The U.S. Space Force was established December 20th, 2019, when the National Defense Organization Act was signed into law with bipartisan support, creating the first new branch of armed services in 73 years. The establishment of the USSF resulted from widespread recognition that space was a national security imperative. When combined with the growing threat posed by near-peer competitors in space, it became clear that there was a need for a military service focused solely on pursuing superiority in the space domain. So why, what need is there for the secure or to pursue superiority in the space domain? Okay, who are they prepared to fight in outer space? All right, which we know who, man. Okay, pursuing to biblical prophecy, man. All right, Yahawashi and his armada, man, of the angels, man. Okay, Michael, the archangel Michael. All right. Reading on, it says, for the last 60 years, space capabilities have become essential to the way of modern military conducts operations. Investments in space capabilities have increased the effectiveness of operations in every other domain. The U.S. military is faster, better connected, more informed, precise, and lethal because of space. The same premise that space is critical holds true for the average American. Space capabilities are woven into the fabric of daily life. Satellites connect people in every corner of the globe, monitor weather patterns, carry television broadcasts, and the timing and navigation services of GPS, constellation, power global financial networks, all right? Enable international commerce, synchronize cell phone networks, and optimize critical infrastructure, all right? But that's enough on that, all right? Now, this other article going into Space Force News, or actually I should grab this other thing, all right? SpaceNews.com says Space Force unveils logo Semper Supra Moto, which is Latin, all right? All right. That's the official logo of the United States Space Force, all right? You can see the Delta, all right? So what does Semper Supra mean? All right, always above. The Space Force motto Semper Supra means always above. And you notice these doubles, man, you know, Latin is used, all right? You look at the back of the dollar bill, Novus Ordo Seclorum, okay? These various scholarships and decrees, you know, in universities and colleges, you know, magna cum laude, summa cum laude, all right? Roman numerals on your clocks, okay? Why is that? Because these are the Edomites, man. These are the Romans back today, all right? They're the same people, okay? You know? Trying to think of some other ones, but they're used frequently in the United States armies, okay, the Air Force, all right. Just to name a few, let me see. You have in Alice Visimus, all right, on wings we conquer, okay. Mors ab alto, death from above. Ex alis pugnamos, we fight on wings. All right. And those are all used by the U.S. Air Force, man. Okay. And why is that, you know? Let's grab a precept, okay? There's an explanation for that, man. All right. On wings we conquer, man. All right, the eagle, okay, which is the for lack of better words, the mascot of Esau Edom, man. All right, the insignia. All right, the eagle. Why the eagle? Okay. Let's get Obadiah 1. It's like the book of Obadiah. Obadiah, verse 3, the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. Okay? That's Esau, man. That's the Edomites, okay? And this is how you know, all right? Okay, beside, you know, the Latin, okay, terms that these devils use, all right, have used in the past as the Romans, okay. These are the same people, man. The Idumeans, Adawamian, okay, Adawam, Esau, all right, the Edomites, all right, the descendants of Esau, man, okay, twin brother of Jacob, all right, set up to be the wicked, okay, our adversary. The pride of thine heart had deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high. And how you know that, you know, what's a dead ringer? You know, it's how these devils have these big old skyscrapers. They're even designed like caves, okay? You know, all these apartments and complexes and condominiums and stuff like that. They're all designed like caves, man. You look at the mountains of Caucasus, okay? you see how the caves are formed. All right, everybody's close together. All right, everything is cement. Everything in this devil's kingdom, man, is cemented down. Okay, stone everywhere. All right, this is him, man. Okay, who thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high. Right, that's an Esau spirit. That's how you know. Because hey, what these devils love to do, they love to skydive, go rock climbing. That's not a Jake spirit to do that kind of stuff, man. You know, that's just one of many things that's a dead ringer that points out that this man is the Edomite, man. All right, talking about the so-called white man. All right, when you're not white, that's a misnomer. You're actually red. Okay, as your forefather was. Going back to Genesis, man, he was red all over like a hairy garment. Okay, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. Okay, and this devil, man, he has his satellites up there in the firmament, man. Okay, in the inner space. Okay, all right, and he's proud. All right. So let me let me see. Let's get another preset. Job 24. So like Job 24. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon the earth, that the triumphant and the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment? Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. All right. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? All right. Okay. Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds. All right. Why is the motto or the slogan of the United States Space Force Semper Super, always above? Okay. Which again, it just goes to show that this is Rome all over again. Okay. Latin. All right. Like I said, you got there's a lot of Latin mottos within the U.S. military and the Air Force. All right, you've got Semper Fidelis. Okay, always faithful. All right, Sic Semper Tyrannos. All right, thus always the tyrants. De oppresso liber. All right, to liberate the oppressed. Legisbus armisque devoti, all right, devoted to law and arms. Okay. Nihil obstat, all right, nothing stands in our way. Okay, and many others. All right. From space.com, Space Force unveils its official logo and motto, always above. The U.S. Space Force unveiled its official motto and logo, and this was back in Wednesday, July 22nd, all right, 2022. Okay, along with the meaning behind its striking insignia. Starting with the official motto, Space Force now operates under the words Semper Super, which in Latin means always above. And again, that just goes to show the pride of this devil, man. He is who he is, okay? It's a lot. As we read in Obadiah, the book of Obadiah, All right. The motto, as the military branch explained on Twitter, represents our role in establishing, maintaining, and preserving U.S. freedom of operations in the space domain. All right. Because, hey, man, these doubles know that there's a threat. You know, you know, the chariots, our Lord Yahawashi. See, they know what those are. Okay. All right. They know that. All right, and they've even said that what they've seen, based upon what they've seen, all right, they're talking about technology that's far advanced beyond what they have, okay? Which is what, you know, the chariots of Yahawashi, man, you know? They know they don't stand a chance, okay? And they're getting ready to fight against the Lord and his angels, man. Okay, when the Lord, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, comes back via what the world ignorantly calls a UFO, all right, with the thousands of heaven, okay, the angels, man, all right, Micah Allah, all right. Continuing, it says, first used in 1961, the Delta symbol honors the heritage of the U.S. Air Force and Space Command. Explains the infographic released by the USSF in a statement. The Delta symbol has a silver outer border that is, as the infographic describes, signifies defense and protection from all adversaries and threats emanating from the space domain. You see? You know? So again, always above, semper supra, you know? Just goes to show that, you know, this double's proud, man. All right? To say that they're always above, okay? You know? We got on Wings We Conquer, you know, the various, you know, Latin that they use in the US Air Force, all right? You know, talking, you know, the wings, you know, represent the eagle, okay? Which is what the apex predator, an apex predator, all right? What is apex? Tip, you know, summit of something, top, okay? That's the highest flying bird, all right? Now I'm gonna continue on that Obadiah real quick. Let's go back to Obadiah, verse 3. Or verse 4, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring you down, said the Lord. All right. So, you know, these devils, they uphold themselves as the eagle, okay? You know, they glorify themselves as the eagle, man, all right? Which is the king of the birds, all right? Again, the highest flying bird, all right? You know, these devils, in essence, they're trying to say that represents them, all right? Though thou set the nest among the stars, you know, going into the space stations and satellites that they have out there in the firmament, all right, inner space, okay, because they can't get past, you know, what they call the Van Allen belt, all right? They can't get past the firmament, all right? You know, Hollywood, Salakia, the whole moon landing was a sham, man, all right? That was deception, okay? That whole moon landing, it never happened. As some people would like to think, they've been deceived, all right? Same thing with the you know, aliens, right? You know, they want you to think that these are green, you know, short grays, tall green, bug-eyed creatures, when no, man, the angels all right, look like dark-skinned men, all right, beards, all right. So, you know, where it says, "Then shall I bring you down to the ground," that's all biblical prophecy, man. That's something that's getting ready to happen. Okay. You know, these Christians, they misconstrue when you get into Revelation 12th chapter, I believe the 7th verse, where it gets into the war in heaven, man. You know, if you came out of the Christian church, you know, like myself, or other brothers probably understand, they misconstrue that, man. They try to say, how bugged out these Christians get. They don't understand the scriptures, though. All right, but that's dealing with future prophecy, man. That's getting ready to happen. Okay, because Yahawashi is getting ready to make his return. We see all that's going on in the world. All right, that lets us know that he's on his return. Just the fact that, okay, there's been all these reportings, and they go way back, man. Post Second World Era, man. All right, 1948 onward. Okay, but now more frequently. Okay, because what? When these things begin to come to pass, then look up, and your salvation is nearer than we believe. Roughly paraphrase. All right. Now that we're actually seeing and hearing about more chariot sightings and reports on so-called UFOs, all right, we know that, hey, man, Yahawashi is on his return. Is getting ready to make his return real soon, man. Okay, you got brothers in the camps seeing chariots, man. All right. I believe we just saw one either last week or the week, before that. Okay. All right. I'm going to just grab that Revelation 12:7. And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon and his angels, and prevailed not, neither was their place found anymore in heaven. All right. And that dragon represents who? Esau, man. All right. As well as these other nations, okay, and their armies. All right. Neither was their place found anymore where, man? All right. In space, the firmament. Okay. And these other nations are getting ready to be subdued by our Lord, man, and to give up their rulership, man. All right, so he can usher in his. All right. It says that great dragon was cast down, the old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceived the whole world, and he was cast out into the earth, and his angels were with him. All right. And devil means deceiver, man, false accuser. Satan, all right, adversary. Okay. Diablos. In the Greek, it's Diablos ke Satanas. Okay. Esau is adverse to the will and plans of Yahweh Bashem El Shai, man. All right. And the prophecies. Okay. But see, they can't fight against prophecy. Okay. Who hath resisted his will, as it says, I believe in Romans. Which deceiveth the whole world. All right. Which is what they're doing, man. Which is what they've done up to this point. All right. Going all the way back, man, to the Greeks, the Romans. All right. Even till now. Okay. Deceiving. Salakia. Phone battery a little low. I'm getting ready to wrap it up. Says he was cast into the earth, and all his angels were with him. All right, which is again biblical prophecy, man. It's getting ready to happen. All right, the Lord, these devils are going, because that tensions is brewing up between these other countries, man. World War III is World War III is going to break out, okay? And these nations are going to go at it, all right? But in the midst of them fighting during World War III, okay, the Lord is going to come, the armies of heaven, okay? His angels, his armada, all right? And these other nations are going to mount up. I mean, they're going to join up and try to fight against the Lord, all right? That's what Ronald Reagan was proposing, okay, back in 1987, all right? The United Nations General Assembly in New York, all right? And I'm going to post that clip, okay? All right, but all this Space Force, the talk of Space Force, okay, and I'm going to get this other article, going into a bit of news, It's from the Space Force News. It says, SDA, layered network of military satellites known as proliferated warfighter space architecture. It says the Space Development Agency's resilient layered network of military satellites and supporting elements is now the proliferated warfighter space architecture, or PWSA. All right. It goes on to say, the architecture, formerly known as the National Defense Space Architecture, was renamed more specifically reflect the agency's mission to deliver needed space-based capabilities to joint warfighter to support terrestrial missions through development, fielding, and operation of proliferated low-orbit PLEO constellation of satellites. All right. So again, proliferated warfighter space architecture, okay? Weapons in space, all right? Satellites and all this, which can't prevail them, which won't avail them, all right? Because the Lord is going to do away with all that easily, all right? It don't matter what they come with, And by now, these devils have, stuff unseen that they've hid within their armory, okay? Whether it be laser cannons or whatever the case, man, they're not going to avail you anything. They're not going to profit you anything. It's not, what's written is going to come to pass, okay? All right, the words are 2 Ezra 15. Okay, they're the words, faithful and true. All right, say it like you already lost. You already lost because you already lost. It's prophecy. It was already written. Let me see. There was one other thing. Okay. Oh, here we go. United States Space Force, United States Coast Guard partnered to strengthen presence in space domain. Here we go. The United States Space Force Science, Technology, and Research Directorate and the United States Coast Guard Research and Development Center solidified their commitment to collaborate and enhance space capabilities for the joint warfighter through a new memorandum of understanding signing January 19th. The significant occasion marks the first time the two organizations have worked together and the beginning of a partnership focused on coordination, sharing, and exchange of information and identifying opportunities for applied research and advanced technology development. I'm going to read that again. It says, the significant occasion marks the first time the two organizations have worked together and the beginning of a partnership focused on coordination, sharing and exchange of information, and identifying opportunities for applied research and, the key point, advanced technology development. So, hey, whatever that may be, weapons out there in the firmament, yeah, good luck with that. All right. But I'm gonna grab another, some more precepts and then get ready to close out. All right. Well, we know what's in store for this man. All right, as well as these other nations, man. All right. Because what else could possibly be in outer space, all right, that these devils are preparing for, okay? It all lines up perfectly with what the scriptures are saying, okay? Because they know that they know these prophecies are true, man. They know what brothers are saying is true. These you better believe these higher ups, these elites know what's going on, man. They know what time it is. They watch brothers, man. That's why they're they're constantly flagging bros and taking videos down. Okay, that's why there's gonna be a push for censorship and sweeping the internet. All right. Everything they're doing is in preparation for fighting against the Lord, all right, and the angels upon his return. Okay. So I'm gonna go to 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter. Let me see. I'm gonna start here at the 5th verse. It says, "And after this, I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea." All right. And this is what's written. All right. What's written is what Ezra saw in a vision. Okay. He saw the man coming out of the sea. All right. With the thousands of heaven. Okay. All right. Going into Yahawashi, man. All right. He came out of the sea, which is the heavens, man, the Hashemayim. Okay. That multitude of number, out of number, innumerable, okay, is dealing with the armies of the other nations, man. All right. Okay, and Revelation, like we grabbed in Revelation 12, okay, that war in heaven, this is gonna have a part in that same time frame, because you're gonna have these other nations when they're gonna stop fighting each other, all right, in the midst of World War III, all right, and because there's gonna be war going on, okay, and Yahawashi, all right, when Yahawashi comes back, okay, they're gonna stop fighting each other and join together to try and take Yahawashi and the angels down, all right. All right, verse 6, "But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew upon it." And the mountain represents the chariot that Yahawashi is going to fly upon. All right. "But I would have seen the region," verse 7, "but I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not." And something graven is carved out. All right. Imagine a big chunk or a piece out of a mountain. Okay. He goes on to say, you know, he's basically saying how he basically can't see the ends of it. You know, it's that big, going into the size of Yahawashi's chariot. All right. Verse 8, and after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight. Okay, because they're gonna look up and see, you know, they're gonna look up and see Yahawashi's chariot. All right, and the lasers coming out, and they're gonna be afraid, man. All right, but they're gonna still fight because the Lord is gonna put that spirit on them. All right, to have that mindset to stand up and be like, hey, we gotta stand up and fight. All right, you know. Humanity's last hope, you know. Like your boy Ronald Reagan was saying in that clip, you know. Will be basically, would they not all, if they were faced with you know, if they were faced with a threat, all right, and so-called alien threat, all right, would they not all band together and fight, you know? But the Most High, he's gonna put that spirit on these nations to fight, even though, you know, as it says, yet they were afraid and yet just fight, you know. Verse 9, and lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude, that he neither lifted up his hand nor held sword nor any instrument of war. Okay. Let me see. Verse 10. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempest. Okay, and the flaming breath and the tempest, as it said, out of his mouth, it doesn't literally mean, you know, he's gonna it's like, it doesn't literally mean it's gonna come out of his literal mouth, but out of his chariot. Okay. Verse 11, and they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight. Yeah, all these nations, man, in their armies. Okay. You know? Which were prepared to fight. You know, they had all their fighter jets and their tanks and armored vehicles and other weapons and silos and missiles aimed at the Lord. But what is the Lord coming with? You know? And they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon the sudden of an innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. Okay? Which that goes into the concentrated fire, those laser beams, man. All right? The concentrated fire mixed with the elements, all right? Coming from the chariots, man. All right? Totally burnt him up, man. It eviscerated him. He saw a large multitude of troops and innumerable, innumerable troops, all right? And a laser beam coming down and burning them up, man. You can just imagine. It's funny, I was thinking of Elijah. You know, you had the priest of Baal, you know, the sacrifice, you know, the fire fell down and licked it all up, you know. But you know, Elijah also called down a fire from heaven and burnt up you know, two companies, I think. All right. Captain in his 50, his second captain in his 50 came and burnt them up. You can just imagine how like, man, you know. But it said, you know, Ezra saw it and was afraid, you know. And there was nothing left but dust and the smell of smoke. All right. Let's go to Habakkuk 3:3. It says, God came from Teman, and the Holy One from Mount Paran, Salah. His glory covered the heavens, and the earth was full of his praise. And the brightness was as the light. He had horns coming out of his hand, and there was the hiding of his power. All right. The word for horn in the Hebrew is koran. All right. Kwarana. All right. Koran. It says rays of light. All right. The rays of light that are going to come from his hand, okay, which is reference to that chariot, okay, just like it says out of his mouth. All right. Those are lasers that are going to come from his chariots, okay. Precept 2 Ezra 16:11. The Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence. All right. Isaiah 34:2, and I'm going to close out. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter. Okay. And all these nations had a part in bringing us, the children of Israel, down, man. Okay. The Lord's chosen people, man. The apple of his eye, man. Okay. Especially, the chief of them all, man, Esau, Edom. All right. So guess what? The Lord is getting ready to repay them with what his righteous indignation, man. All right. The indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, man. It is his righteous anger. Okay. Which is what? Going into the nuclear destruction, as well as the chariots, man. The chariots of the Lord. When Yahawashi comes, he's going to come with his armada, all right, to take down the nations, all right, as well as deliver his elect. As we get, I'm get this in Matthew. Bear with me a second. I'm gonna grab a quick few precepts. Psalm 68:17. The chariots of the Most High are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them, as in Sinai, the holy place. Okay. When Yahawashi comes back, man, who the world ignorantly calls you Jesus Christ. Okay, he's coming back with the thousands of heaven, man. All right. Okay. In great power, as is written in Isaiah, the book of Isaiah, man. This is Isaiah 47:3. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yeah, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance. I will not meet thee as a man. All right. Because when Yahawashi comes back, man, he's coming back, all right, as an angelic power, man. Okay. Extraterrestrial, man. A God. Okay. And just angelic power, man. As it says that in Isaiah. This is Isaiah 63:1. Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat. I had trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me, for I will tread them in my anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment. For the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeemed is come. Okay? And that's self-explanatory, man. All right? Traveling in the greatness of his strength, man. Let me see. Matthew 24:30. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. All right. And it says, then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn. Right? Revelation 1:7. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him. Okay. Continuing. It's a lot. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of the heaven to the other. All right. Let me see. So yeah, man, I'm gonna just send it off there, close it out. All right, again, okay, just going into how, when Yahawashi comes, okay, he's coming with his armada, his fleet of chariots, man, to take down these other nations, man, and to set up his kingdom, as well as deliver his elect, and to set up his kingdom upon the earth. Okay. All right. But with that, hey, I'm gonna say, call Allah Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahawashi, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Hopefully you brothers have been edified. To the next one, Shalom.